Hello and welcome. I'm definitely not Vlad, and you're watching me master all the roles. We're currently working on Tank. This is episode 2 now, I believe. I'm about to go into my second ever Mythic Plus dungeon. We started off things with a +2 Stone Vault. We 2-starred it. It was pretty good. You can see that in the first episode. Now we have a +4 Necrotic Wake, which has Fortified, and it has Devour, so it's the Dispel thingy. I should be able to help out quite a bit with the Dispels. I can also off-heal with my Words of Glory, especially since I'll almost always have a bunch of them up because I'm really bad about using them consistently. But for right now, what I want to do is I want to fill up my Great Vault. Right now I only have one M+ dungeon run, and it's a +2. +2 will give us a champion piece of loot. I don't want a champion piece of loot. I want to get heroic pieces of loot or hero tier loot. So we have to do at least 1/4, which would be this Necrotic Wake. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this 4, and then I'm going to do another couple of runs, which I won't record because I want these episodes to be short and sweet. Otherwise, I might record more and just keep those as individual episodes. But the reason I'm doing this is because it is Tuesday and tomorrow is reset day. And when it's reset day, I get my vault. So I want to get 2 slots in the vault with hero gear loot. Hero gear loot, hero tier loot. Anyway, I have babbled on enough. It is time to try and recruit some people for our run. So let's list our group and see who signs up. Honestly, I'm not sure why I'm running over here. I actually have all the portals unlocked, so I don't need to go here, but I may as well do it anyway, because it's not like I'm going to find people very quickly. Being a very low rated player is kind of rough. Nobody really wants to join your group. They see that you have like no rating or just 1 clear, and then they're like, maybe no. Oh, this Shaman alone could probably carry the DPS. I think I don't want to invite that. Also, I think I prefer waiting for a healer to see what the final comp will be, because healers be rare, man. I'm getting some 60 something people to sign up. It's pretty good. I'm still at 592. I haven't really increased anything. I could increase my item level by equipping this, but I would lose very good stats in a socket, and I don't want to pay golds to put a socket on a shit champ neck that I don't want to wear. All right, there's no healers signing up. I'm gonna start taking some DPS just to fill out the group so it doesn't look like a dead group. Oh, and there we go. We have a healer. They're 582 with a 3k main. They say your main is not 3k, it's 2.8k. Don't lie. At least don't lie. But they were coming together with a 618 item level DPS, which feels like a bit of a cheat. I would just have the DPS carry me. Also, another annoying thing is if you have a very high geared DPS while you're a very low geared tank is you will struggle for aggro. Yes, even as a protection paladin, because you don't have divine toll every pull in these low keys. 625 healer. I mean, we can't die if we invite this person, so it feels like I'm gonna decline them and act like they canceled or something, and hopefully this guy doesn't notice that I declined them, because again, I don't want to get carried through these keys. I'll take this Frost DK. 603 item level isn't that far above me. I mean, it's 11 item levels above me, but then again, who isn't a bunch of item levels above me? Now, I have 1 slot for DPS and 1 slot for healer, obviously. I'm gonna wait until I get a healer before I fill the last DPS slot, because a lot of people like to duo queue, like these guys. So in case that happens, okay, apparently these guys want me to do the dungeon without a healer. But yeah, sometimes you get the healer with a friend, and in that case, I'd like to take the healer and a friend. We're gonna take Glorious, which is 603 with higher rating or whatever, but I'm looking at like the lowest possible item level I can invite. There we go. Now we have a nice sturdy group. We're gonna go ahead and help this person summon. I didn't even see him in front of me. God damn. He a sneaky shaman. He a rogue subclass. But that is our group going into a +4 Necrotic Wake. And here we go with a +4 Necrotic Wake. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hope that these guys understand that they can't really hit these people or these mobs just yet, so that I can do a nice big pull like this. And I'm going to bubble here as everything comes to pass right next to me. It's going to walk into the bubble range where it gets auto-taunted, and I can set up my defensiveness right here. There we go. The Wrath of Zulramus is going through. We're going to try and cleanse this person. I'm going to use more defensives, but things are dying pretty quickly. We're going to try and interrupt that, kick this Necrotic Bolt. Okay. Hell of a start to the dungeon, but we made it through. I think only 1 person died because they didn't use any sort of defensive. It might be me that's next. Oh, I got a nice big Ward of Glory off, so all is well. The Gatekeeper was kind of standing off to the side. I think I pulled this poorly, so that's the issue that we're having here, but it all worked out in the end. We have 1 death, and there we go. We managed to kill him before he finished channeling that piece of shit. It's not the finish of the channel that really causes any problems anyway, but the channeling itself. Okay, somebody hit them with something right as I pulled. Not a big fan of that. The Vanguard is here. I don't want to have to deal with the Vanguard's big enraged, so once he gets very enraged, I'm going to go ahead and stun him. Once he gets a bunch of stacks of seething rage, I'm going to start dispelling people. Divine Toll for damage and aggro. Whew. struggling to keep my breath through this. He's at 5 stacks of the enrage, but surprisingly he's not really hurting me all that bad, so I'm just gonna not waste my stun here. I'm gonna pull the pack in the middle, and then we're gonna go for the boss at the end. I don't need the other guy, I don't think. There's a cleaver coming through. It looks like I got hit by it. 3 soldiers coming through. We're gonna try and send a judgment at them. It didn't crit, so it didn't AoE. That means I need to hit them as they come in. We're going to stun the Vanguard because he is at at high stacks of his buff. I really need some help here. Okay, the Vanguard's really kicking my ass, and these soldiers hurt too. I'm underestimating the soldiers, I think. I'm gonna give myself a nice big word of glory, and now we're ready to pull the boss. We do have Bloodlust available. We didn't use it for the first pull. That's okay, even though it's fortified. I don't know if I should pull those bags with the boss or not. I think I shouldn't. I'm going to drag him all the way over to the corner. Sorry, Druid, I know that I just moved all your stuff, but it is for our own good. People are standing over there, which is kind of bad. The reason it's kind of bad is because all the worms will go in that direction. But the worms die so quickly here that it doesn't really matter. I'm going to drag him here, give people space to stand. If they stand over here where they're standing right now, that works perfectly, because we want to kite the worms in that direction where the Shaman is standing. And hopefully the Shaman doesn't get targeted. That would be kind of annoying, but we'll make it work even if he does get targeted. We just hopefully won't blow up the worms just as quickly as we did the first time. Here's the Crunch. Crunch doesn't hurt too bad. It's tyrannical. Heaving Wretch is on this person. He really wants to make sure he hits everyone with it, so he moves in this direction. That's perfectly understandable. I too like to sabotage my Men Plus runs. There we go. Now the boss is going to do his thing after that before he sends out the next worms. It's going to take a while before he does anything, so we just get to kill him. Very nice. Okay, just go this way. We're going to go ahead and pull this group into this group. I'm going to do that by using this ability, which will silence it, and then I'm going to put focus on that mage. And with that focus, I'm going to interrupt when it does the volley. Right now, I need to heal myself and get the heck out of that. I'm going to use Eye of Tyr here just to make sure that I'm nice and healthy. People are hitting everything except for the Necromancer, which isn't great. I'm going to give freedom to myself and the Shaman, because freedom will remove the dot that the Frostbolt volley causes. I'm going to try and heal up the Shaman. Okay, that was a little bit messy because people didn't really focus the guy, so that didn't really work out. I'm using a defensive as I run in here because I didn't have whatchamacallits. Didn't have my Shield of the Righteous buff active, so that was something I had to do to survive. I'm going to Wog to survive. Divine Toll, Gruesome Cleave is coming through. I'm making sure that I point the big guy away from everyone else. I do not want him to hit one of the melee with that Gruesome Cleave because it is a frontal. There's a Scream. I'm going to... Okay, I was going to interrupt it by using the shield throw thingy. Jesus. Sorry, there's so much to do, and I have to do it quickly. I'm going to use my wings, I guess. They're not wings, it's Guardian of Ancient Spirits. I'm going to use my Blood Elf racial here to remove that shield thing. Okay, I need to grab this orb and just use... I got hit in the back, didn't I? No, Necrotic Bolt hit me for a bazillion. I need some kind of interrupts here, and nobody is really kicking anything. So I'm going to release and just run back because I don't think that's going to be salvageable. We have 2 CRs, but none of them started casting it at me at any point, so I just figured I'd release and run back. They may be kiting to try and preserve this pull, or they're just standing there and dying. That's also okay. We're going to try that again. I completely wasted that orb. Do we have the other orb? We do have the other orb. We're going to grab this orb and use that in this pull. This is a Pug Stomp pull, so... Oh, we managed to kill 2 of the sorcerers. That should help out with my self-healing. I should not have died there. I had bubble available. Whenever I have bubble... They pulled some shit. Okay, we'll try to skip some shit. Interrupt this. Throw cleavers getting used. I don't want to let that happen. Gatekeeper's also been pulled. I need to go in this direction. Hopefully make this work. I don't have Lay on Hands to help the DK. He's going to have to figure it out himself. I'm using a defensive because the Wrath of Zormus is coming out. This was not hard to skip. It really isn't hard to skip. You just run between 2 mobs. So this is a bit flustering, but they managed to have this get pulled. Well, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. I'm going to blind that because I do not want them to. Oh, I'm just going to stand here and hopefully survive. Okay. I proc my cheat death, it looks like, with that cleaver. Hopefully we can kick this guy. I just need some more kicks on him, and then I should be a-okay to survive. Oh my god, sorry. This is very intense, so my commentary deteriorates very much. when it's this intense. Well, there's stuff we can skip now, but it's kind of the stuff. Yeah, there's stuff we can skip, so it's not a big deal. It's just the soldier now. If we could just kill the soldier instead of running back and forth, warrior, thank you. That's wonderful. Okay, well, I have the orb now, so I can kick Narzuda, but I don't think I need to, so I'm going to go stand over here and just go to town on him. I have my Blood Elf Racial available again. The reason the Blood Elf Racial here is relevant is because the Shroud that he applies, I can purge with that Blood Elf Racial. We do have a Shaman who could also do it unless he's not spec'd into it, but for the most part, I think I'm safer doing it myself. Now, he will probably cast it again, and at that point, I'm just gonna hope that the Shaman, you know, knows what to do. Our healer got hit by a swirly. Shaman purge. Hopefully he has the button. Maybe. I'm trying to off heal people. 2 seconds until it's... There we go. Let's keep healing people. I should probably heal myself. Okay, people are actually kicking, so that's useful. Okay, that was something. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab the shield. Hopefully remember to use it. Wait, where do I have an orb from? Oh, right, I used the orb for... I didn't use the orb on Narzuda. The healer is here. I'm going to play this safe. I don't trust this group to pull these and kick all the fears. So I'm going to go ahead and just play it safe. How the hell did we pull this? I'm going to use my orb here. Oh man, this is really bad. I managed to interrupt one fear. The other fear got interrupted as well. I'm using big defensives here. No, that necromancer needs to die along with these big guys. I'm trying to move the gruesome cleaves away so that we don't have any issues. I'm going to bubble because I can't kick everything. I can't react quickly enough to what's happening. This is such a shit show. How did we even pull that? I was nowhere near any of those. I am running out of defensives now. I really just need... Oh, I'm probably dead here. Hopefully we don't pull more. That would really suck. Yeah, I'm dead. Who the f pulled that? Come on, guys. It's not difficult. Stop pulling shit. I swear if somebody pulls that gatekeeper, I'm just gonna leave. I know it's my key, but this is insane. Like, come on. Okay, we still got this. 14 deaths. That's nothing below a 7. 7 is where deaths really actually matter because they're 3 times as punishing. So this would be 3 minutes 30 seconds if it was a 7. There's a bunch of extra mobs here. I'm not a huge fan of that. And they're all linked to that necromancer. Well, let's get started. We're gonna put a focus on this dude. Use the defensive. Use Divine Toll. Try and line everything up. Get that necromancer to stack up. We're gonna blind. Stun this guy. There's only so many wallies that we can negate. I'm gonna interrupt this. This has become very much undoable. People are killing everything except for the necromancer. Like, I can't, man. I can't keep you, myself, and everyone else alive. Eye of Tear is gonna help me survive a little bit more. We're gonna kick that fear. We gotta kick that fear. We're gonna wipe again to the same spot because it's impossible not to pull everything. All right, there we go. Just one big guy. Let's see. Now I'm gonna watch 4 people stand in front of him and die somehow. It's gonna be very fun to watch. Honestly, I don't think the big guy's an issue anyway. I can just keep tanking him inevitably until the end of time is what I wanted to say. This is why I'm saying inevitably, because she's saying inevitably. All right, well, I can keep kicking him and everything, but okay. And now we killed the necromancer. Oh boy. All right, well, there's no mages to pull here, so I'm gonna move the necromancer over to this crossbowman. I really hope people start just single targeting this guy. It would seem sort of like they are. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm gonna do an off heal here because I can. There we go. We're doing some weird pulls now. Trying to turn the Marauder around away from everyone again because, you know, he does the bad boo-boo thing. He's going to scream soon like this. We're going to interrupt it. We're going to silence the necromancer some more, the sorcerer, whatever. All right, well, this calmed down at this point. Screw it, I'm the tank. I'm in charge of pulls. I guess it was my fault when somehow we pulled the guys over here. I should have seen that happening. We're gonna skip these because Lord knows I do not need them. I'm gonna run away from these guys. They're gonna follow me like that. That's perfect. And we're gonna pull this big guy over here because I don't want to pull just the 2 flesh crafters. That would be very stupid. Okay, we have everything we need to survive this just fine. All right, I'm gonna give myself freedom and I'm gonna use Ardent Defender to make sure that I can survive that just fine. We're going to give a... Why are you He's standing behind me, so when he grips them, he makes them stand all the way behind there. Ooh, this is rough with the bone carvers, but we made it work. Cheat death came in hot. Here's just spikes coming in. I'm gonna go all the way upstairs just to activate that RP. I'm gonna step back down here. DK keeps standing in the circle, I guess, or something, and just takes the damage. Maybe he accidentally stepped in a bit too soon, trying to be optimal. I don't know what happened exactly, so I won't judge. I shan't judge. Trying to get at least one of these thingies off of people. There we go, and we'll get the DK as well. Perfect. So I removed it from myself, healed it off the healer, and cleansed it off the DK. Perfect. Does anyone have a spear? Nobody seems to have a spear. I'm gonna grab this spear. I might use it on this because it's a bit of a pug stomp boss. I'm just going ahead and send this javelin. I have Divine Toll available for when the trash appears. Once the trash appears, I'll use Divine Toll in order to whatchamacallits, to silence the mage. And I'm going to silence that mage too. Taunt this warrior, move them over to the crossbowmen. There we go. That should take care of all the trash. He's going to start breathing soon. Breath incoming. We got to kill the crossbowman for when he blows up. All the corpses. There we go. He should be dead in one cycle, basically, so he shouldn't be able to spawn more mobs in. I'm going to try and send some globals into Blessed Hammer to try and reset my Avenger's Shield, but the boss seems to be dead, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to rush over to the last one over here, because nobody wants to take that one, and hopefully we get to cleanse some of these before we start the next pull. This is the exact worst time for this to happen, because I can't cleanse it right now. Well, I'm going to cleanse one. I'm not going to pull until it's all done, because then the mobs will just get healed. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to go in big. The gore splatter has to get kicked. The gore splatter is the single worst thing that can happen. I'm going to wog myself. There we go. Throw cleaver again. Hopefully somebody doesn't eat it to the face and uses it to kill this big thing. Trying to keep making this pull work. I'm using Ardent Defender now, just trying to like layer my defensives one after another. My cheat death got procced because I got a little bit too low and got mutilated. I'm going to lay on hands myself, because I don't think I need to do much more than that. I'm going to cleanse here, wog. I don't have enough of anything, and people are not kicking, and it's very frustrating. And yeah, here come the parts, and I got killed by the mutilate. It's starting to get a little bit annoying. But okay, I'm overpulling. The group can't handle it. I can't handle it. I can't seem to survive it. So I should probably just, focus up. The commentary is probably not helping my case, but this is a rough necrotic wake, honestly. Let's make this work. We're going to Divine Toll into Eye of Tear. I'm going to put a focus on the collector so I can interrupt this gore spatter. Tenderize is coming through. I need to have something up for that. I think I still had Eye of Tear. We're going to interrupt that with a shield throw. Focusing on my defenses right now. There we go. Another Tenderize. We're going to go ahead and use a defensive for that. Ardent Defender. The Stitch work does a lot. Like that Tenderize, when it stacks up a whole bunch, it gets to be rough. So I gotta respect it. I used all my defensives early because there were a bunch of mobs, and then the Tenderizes just took me out later on in the pull when it was a bit easier to survive. All right, I'm gonna grab this creation and I'm gonna drag it over here in the corner with the other creation. I don't want to pull the Tenderizer guy with anything else. All right, we have our shield slams in because we got some procs here. Very nice. I don't think the guy finished throwing his cleaver because I interrupted him, but that's okay. I would love it if these circles stopped happening, but what can you do? That's just how the mobs work. I'm going to move these big guys here in front of the throw cleaver so that they get hit by it. Beautiful. The person being targeted by the cleaver couldn't do anything to position them. Why is she so loud? Jesus Christ, lady, you need to shut up. Void consumes everything. Apparently it does, yes. How did I proc my cheat death there? Nobody knows. But we're going to try and remove that from them so that we get 5 stacks of this. We're going to go in with Ardent Defender, and I'm going to save for the 3rd stack of Tenderize. I'm going to save my big defensive. Okay, we actually got a nice juicy kick. We're going to use this to interrupt it so the person doesn't get CC'd. Beautiful. I didn't even get 2 stacks of that. Who would have thunk it? When you pull smaller, it's much easier to do. I feel bad. I feel like I completely wrecked this run for people by pulling like an idiot. Get those taunts in, get out of the way so don't get hit by the cleaver. Beautiful. We can bop someone who gets focused here if necessary. We'll see if it gets put on ranged. No, it's on the DK. We're gonna go ahead and give bop to the DK so he doesn't have to run away. He's running away anyway because he doesn't understand that he has the bop on himself. That's fine. Someone's being targeted, but they have bark skin, so all is well. We're gonna go ahead and interrupt this. Beautiful, manageable situation. Let's just do big heal here. Big heal on them after throw flesh hits them. Okay, the DPS definitely feels low. My own included, but I guess that's because we're mostly like rat characters. Okay, the spell. Okay, my brain just turned off there for a second, but we're gonna heal the warrior even though he's full HP. Why? Because he had the heal absorb from the affix up, and I didn't want to have to deal with that nonsense. Also, I made a little macro. I didn't really point this out, but I made a little macro that basically uses wings whenever I use Divine Toll. It's a very good overlap. It's what you want to do anyway, so it works out for me. I don't usually use Divine Toll at the ends of pulls, so I won't walk away from pulls with wings running. I know they have a desynced sort of cooldown, but I don't really care. What I really want is to just use wings often enough. Please kill it. Jesus Christ, that last Tenderize would have really hurt. We still have this group to take care of. Now, with Rotspew, it's important to make him die away from the center and the boss and everything, because otherwise his AoE, this disease cloud, is going to actually keep hitting you while you're fighting the boss. There's the Spew disease. It doesn't do anything for melee. This circle just makes you take the damage you take from being right next to him. I'm gonna move because the guys are scared of doing stuff in that disease cloud, but it actually doesn't do anything for melee. As ranged, you should get out of it, yes, because you know you're getting hit by the disease cloud, even though you could avoid it because you're ranged, right? But as melee, it makes no difference because you're already being hit by the AoE from the body of the guy anyway. All right, we're gonna get started right away because somebody's standing here. Mutilate is hitting me. That's fine. I don't care. We're gonna use our sacred armaments. This person is being targeted. They're going to get that hook off. A-okay. And we're going to wings. And we're going to start beating the crap out of Stitchflesh. There we go. That's our job right now, is beat the crap out of Stitchflesh. Make sure he goes down very, very quickly. Get out of the way of that hook. So the hook goes through. We're going to try and finish off the creation before the next one spawns in. My globals take half an hour to actually go through. I don't like that. Stitchflesh is almost dead. Meat hook is going through. We're going to start cleansing, lay on handsing, everything. That's unfortunate. We're gonna try and get this hook to hit, trying to heal people outside of... Oh man, this is really rough. It's like there's so much goop here. I'm gonna give them freedom to be able to move into position a bit more quickly. That should work. I'm trying to wog people while I have the wog available. Wog, I don't... Whatever, man. I have an issue with W and V. It's rough. My native language doesn't actually have V in it. Or W, sorry. What? It doesn't have W in it, so I say W like a V sometimes. It's whatever. My Vogue. 82% of mana on the druids, so we're gonna just go ahead and start beating the crap out of this guy. I'm gonna wait just a few seconds before I press my wings here, because that way I can use Divine Toll with it as well. I'm just gonna start healing myself as well. The reason this guy hurts so much is because he will keep casting at you. Ideally here, the melee would stack on top of me and we would just beat the crap out of the boss until Comet Storm comes, and then we would all move to the left together. And that way nobody runs into anybody's anything. But, you know, it's not happening because it's a pug, so nobody really bothers. And that's okay, you know, it's only a 4, so people aren't really doing tactics, I guess, in that sense. I'm going to try and get my ass back into this circle. I'm going to use a defensive here because ice shards actually do hurt. Okay, that got removed. I had to move out of that area so that the thing could be cleansed. I can also give, whatchamacallits, freedom to whoever has it, even preventatively. And if you give it to give freedom to whoever... Oh man, he forgot about that, didn't he? If you give freedom to someone who's getting the thingy, it won't apply to them, and it also won't activate and hit the other person near there. Comet Storm is coming through. I'm gonna just go in this direction because nobody's gonna go in this direction. Warrior went down. He wasn't paying attention. We're gonna go ahead and try and get his ass up. Healer has his hands full. Could I please actually cast that? There we go. Cleanse, heal. Boss is almost dead. Heal this guy as well. There we go. Okay. That was very messy, and it could have been done much more cleanly if I had just, I don't know, not been an idiot. Oh, look, a crit verse ring, so I can put that next to my crit verse freaking necklace that I don't want either. Oh well, it's 2 out of 8, so maybe that gives me easy upgrades on something else. I can't trade it, sorry, buddy. The healer is asking me if I can give him the finger, which sounds awfully lewd if you ask me. But no, I can't, because I can't even trade it. I feel like this run was kind of on me. The pull where we wiped because of the Necromancer and the 2 big guys, I did not mean to pull those 2 together. Maybe I check the footage and see what exactly even happened there, but that was not supposed to go down like that. That was supposed to be just the 2 guys, because I didn't trust the group to be able to pull all that off. I tried to commit after I saw that they were pulled, but yeah, it just went like that. I genuinely don't know what it could be. I think maybe it could have been the DK's breath or scythe or something. I don't know what it could be, but I feel like something went forward, because it wasn't the warrior. He doesn't send a projectile of any sort. I don't know what else it could have been other than the DK maybe using his ice strike or whatever the fuck it is that goes down across the ground. But that is definitely what made this run a lot more miserable than it needed to be. All in all, I feel like my survivability was the crux of that key. If I had been able to just survive a bit more, we probably would have been able to clear all of those things. And also, if I could focus more on interrupting or doing damage rather than surviving, I could probably survive things much more easily. Or it's funny, making the melee attacks and all that more easily survivable by having more gear makes you more capable of surviving the other things, because then you can focus on those other things by interrupting and whatnot. So if there's not 5 bolts going at me, it's a lot easier to survive, because I kicked all of those things and now I just need to keep my active mitigation up, and the melee attacks will be taken care of by me having life bloom from the healer and whatnot. Anyway, at this point I'm rambling. I think I'm going to try and get 2 more keys in, like I said, to try and get this vault filled out so that I have 2 of these slots. I would love it if it told me how many runs I need to do, but I think it's 2 more, obviously, because I did the 2 and the thingy. By thingy, I mean the 2 and the 4. So I need to do at least 3 more 4s, or I guess I could do 2 and then I have a champion piece and a hero piece. But first, I'm going to take a break, because that was one hell of a run that really didn't need to be that difficult. After the Necrotic Wake, I wanted to do at least 2 more keys to get another vault slot unlocked. Ideally, I would have done 3 more plus 4 keys, but after misjudging what the group could handle in City of Threads multiple times, I ended up with a plus 3 Arakara key, which I finished and then decided to call it a night, as it was already past midnight. Alrighty then, well, those were some of the runs of all time. I've probably commentated a bit about those, like I narrated or something, but yeah, just in quick reflection right after the runs have happened, the Arakara run was fine, but the other 2 runs were they were something. All right, wait, 2 runs? No, it's just the City of Threads before the Arakara, but luckily we now have these 2 slots. This is a mythic 2 slot, so we're gonna get a champion piece out of this. This is a mythic 4 slot, so we're gonna get a hero piece out of this. Hopefully the hero piece is something good and we get to keep it. If not, we'll settle for a champion piece, as long as it's like a tierifiable piece or a good trinket or something, because my trinkets are pretty lackluster right now, and I also still need tier set. I don't even have 2 set yet. One thing that I learned through these runs was basically that DPS really matters. Having pretty low DPS in the group can make some pulls that I'm used to much slower, because I have been tanking on other characters in this expansion, so I'm a little bit familiar, and it definitely makes a big difference. It also helps to have people that kick, because as many kicks as I can have, and I can have a lot of kicks, now I don't have it from before, but in the Arakara and in the Necrotic Wake, I had some ridiculous number of kicks, and there were some people that didn't kick a single time. And I don't mean the priest who can't, I mean just in general. There was like a mage who did 1 kick in the entire Arakara, and it was like a web bolt. But that is pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, let me know what you liked about it in a comment down below. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe, because there's more episodes coming. And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can become a channel member. Channel members have guaranteed replies to their comments, and they get nice little shout outs at the beginning of videos. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.